Well, believe it or not, the White House is holding a summit on it. They're talking about legislation to ban it. We're talking about texting while driving. How bad is it out there, and how much of a nanny state do we need to stop it? Well, Yunji Denise went out on the streets to confront some people.
Drivers know getting behind the wheel on a cell phone is dangerous, so why do they do it?
Sir, do you know that it's dangerous to drive while you're on the phone?
That's good. Yes, ma'am, I do.
Having people looking at me in my face, I got to call you back.
You drive for a living. What are you doing on the phone? What are you doing driving while you're talking? Nothing to say?
The risks are all too real. Last week, a tow truck plowed into a pool after hitting this car, sending a mother and daughter to the hospital. The driver was texting on one phone and talking on another.
Texting is not safe driving, period. Exclamation point.
17-year-old Alyssa Burns was killed earlier this summer, seconds after texting while driving. It's not just texting. Researchers say drivers who use cell phones in any way are taking a big risk.
So how dangerous is it? Researchers say that driving while talking on one of these is the same as hitting the road after too many of these.
The transportation secretary says if it were up to him, he'd ban texting and driving. So far, 16 states and the District of Columbia have done just that, but far more allow it. So now the secretary is planning a summit on cell phones and driving.
One thing we don't need is a federal summit on texting while driving. You know, White House summits used to be about preventing nuclear war. Now they're about distracted driving.
The Cato Institute's David Boaz says America is turning into a nation of children with laws that mandate the obvious: seatbelts, motorcycle helmets, even what kind of foods we can and can't eat. It all adds up to what Boaz calls a nanny state.
When we have nannies telling us what to do, we lose our own sense of responsibility, and sometimes we become more irresponsible.
And would a law make a difference? Drivers we saw had plenty to say, just not to us.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But what about all the other drivers out here you're putting at risk?
For Good Morning America, Yunji Denise, ABC News, Arlington, Virginia.
I can't argue with you. I can't argue.